Okay. So Clockwork is an advanced static code analysis tool which can detect all possible vulnerabilities that are present in your source code, which is written in C, C++, Java, C#, Python, and JavaScript. So we call Clockwork as an advanced static analysis tool because Clockwork does inter-procedural analysis in backend, and it can detect real dependent vulnerabilities. Something like because of the A.C file, you may have some problems in the B.C file. Because of B.C file, you may have some critical memory leak in your C.C file. So this kind of critical dependent vulnerabilities can be captured by Clockwork. That's the very reason we call Clockwork as advanced static code analysis tool. So in today's session, we'll cover some basics of Clockwork. Most of you people may already know what is Clockwork, and you might have already have some hands-on experience with Clockwork, but still, we'll cover what is Clockwork and why do you need Clockwork, and then what's new in Clockwork 2021.4 version. So we have newly introduced something called build team, project team, and Clockwork now supports analyzing Python and JavaScript, as well as we have one fantastic integration available now, that is with Secure Code Warrior. It's a continuous learning platform which will help developers to write secure code at easy of use. And additionally, we have some integrations available now with GitLab, and if you're using Docker, we have something called DevOps component now, which will help you to integrate Clockwork as part of your DevOps pipeline. So we'll cover that part as well. Additionally, we'll discuss about what are the best practices. So these are all use and case basis actually. So I will try to know some information about the environment, and then we can discuss about the best practices and best practices to be used in Clockwork and those things. And additionally, in case if you have any questions or queries, we'll be happy to address them as well as part of this meeting. And please feel free to post your queries in chat so that we can discuss it after this demo. Okay, our footpath that remains same from the beginning. It's like, can we make the process so strong that once we write a code and it runs fine without any testing? Okay, we're way ahead of it, but still using a right set of tools at right set of place, this can be achieved in long run. So when we say Clockwork detects all possible vulnerabilities, that means Clockwork can actually detect all possible vulnerabilities that are present in your source code at the time of development itself. And Clockwork has a single tool which can get you 3 quality gates. The first quality gate sits at your developer desktop, where Clockwork supports a lot of plugins like Visual Studio, IntelliJ IDEA, Eclipse, WinRiver, Code Composer Studio, and almost all Eclipse IDEs are supported by Clockwork. And additionally, we do have our own UI, which will help developers to find and fix the defect at the time of development itself. So developer is not going to commit a buggy code into a repository at all. That's first quality gate. And the second quality gate sits on your repository. If you have SVN, if you have Git, or irrespective of any repository actually. So if they support doing some actions through commands or scripts, we will support it. So it will tell you, see Akash, you have committed 40 lines of code into the repository. Thank you so much. But the source code that you have committed has 5 Clockwork defects. Do you still want to commit it? Or I can make the commit failed. You can set a rule. So the second quality gate of Clockwork sits on your repository. When it comes to third quality gate, it sits on your CI/CD setup or your DevOps setup. So Clockwork has direct plugins available for Jenkins and ThinkCity. Apart from that, we do have rich command line options available, which will help you to integrate Clockwork as part of any CI/CD tools actually. We'll discuss about this as well in our webinar in Sorry. So as I was mentioning, Clockwork has 1,500 plus unique checkers for C++ alone to detect all possible vulnerabilities in your source code. Apart from that, we do support Java, C#, Python, and even now JavaScript is also supported. Apart from that, the interesting feature in Clockwork is that we support 2,500 plus metrics that includes makeup cyclometric complexity. For an example, if your organization policy says makeup cyclometric complexity level should not go beyond 30, right? You can set that as a threshold in Clockwork so that whenever any method in a file is crossing makeup cyclometry complexity level as 30 plus, Clockwork will throw that as an issue with warning category in Clockwork report. So like that, you can have file density, makeup cyclometry complexity, command density. There are so many metrics that are supported in Clockwork. And Clockwork is DevOps ready. They have rich command line options available, which will help developer to sorry. And Clockwork supports a lot of industry standards as well. We do have our own checker, and additionally, we do support a lot of industry standards like CW, CERT, DISA-STIG, OWASP, Autosar, even MISRA standard also we support actually. So Clockwork has a set of rules on their own. Plus, we support verifying industry standards. Plus, you can write your own custom checks as well as Clockwork. So if your internal coding guideline says global variables should start with Z, or class name's second letter should be a capital letter or something like that, right? You can write that as a configuration or a checker in Clockwork and you can deploy it. So that Clockwork will tell you at the time of development itself again. See Akash, your internal coding guideline says your global variable should start with Z, but you have declared it with a different letter. Okay, so at the time of development itself, Clockwork can tell you. Again, so the same applicable for quality gate 2 and quality gate 3. Okay, and Clockwork can detect real critical vulnerabilities which can cause security problems. So Clockwork can detect SQL injection, chain data paths, buffer overflows, path injection, file injection related vulnerabilities can be detected actually. Okay. Team, maybe when you are not talking, it will be great if you can mute your mic. Yep. So, Jocelyn, could you please mute your mic? Yep. Thank you. Okay. Done. Okay. This is what we call as unique connected mode technology. That's what Clockwork supports. Again, it's an pretty well-known feature in Clockwork. So, local results immediately reflect project-wide changes made by the old team on their desktop. So this like Clockwork dashboard is totally different one. At the same time, what are the issues that are present in your Clockwork dashboard will be displayed on your local machine under system category. When it's under system category, the local issues are the one what you have created on your local machine because of the things that you have done. System issues are the one which are present in the server already at your integrated analysis part. Okay, so you can easily segregate what you have created and what are the issues that are already present in your source code at the time of integrated analysis. You can easily segregate it. So this feature is there in Clockwork. I will be happy to demonstrate this feature again in a different webinar. This is an USB of Clockwork. It's a unique feature which is present in Clockwork. Okay. So this will help developers to know what to focus more. And what Clockwork says is, if you are fixing any server issue, that means if you are fixing any system issues, that's okay, well and good. But please don't create any local issues because local issues are the one what you have created because of the change that you have done in your development environment. Right? So Clockwork will segregate what are the system issues that are already present in your project and what are the issues that you have created locally with the tag of local. Okay. Yeah. And what I was telling about the 3 quality gates. The first quality gate sits at your desktop analysis. That means a developer environment. The second quality gate sits at your check-in states. We call it as change analysis. And with a new DevOps package, you can perform differential analysis as well with Clockwork. And the third one sits on your full analysis. That means the integrated analysis part, the way you do with your CI/CD or DevOps pipeline. Okay. And This was link. Clockwork has direct plugins available for Visual Studio, Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA, WinRiver, Code Composer Studio, and almost all existing IDEs, right? So this is how the Clockwork plugin looks in Visual Studio, you can see, right? And this is how the issues also will be reported. So it gives you the checker name, at which line number there is a problem, and what's the problem, along with the proper root cause of the issue. Sorry. Okay. Here comes developers and CA masters. You can set a rule like if there are no defects found, you can say the quality gate 2 is passed and there's no new issues, so you can allow the commit. At the same time, if there are any Clockwork defects detected at the time of commit, you can say like commit failed. So this interesting workflow will help you to maintain your repository bug free, because the buggy code will not be allowed even to be committed in your repository. So you can perform baselining, that's a different story, but still none of the new issues can be reported if you follow this approach. Okay. Sorry. And Clockwork dashboard can help security architects and security concerned people, as well as quality issues also will be reported by Clockwork. And along with that, you can generate complaints report. So I'm not sure how many people have tried it. Now Clockwork complaints report can be exported from Clockwork dashboard itself. That's a PDF report, and even DOCX format also is supported in Clockwork. So you can export Clockwork complaints report. That is one. At the same time, you can export MISRA complaints report also from Clockwork, including deviation. Right? So MISRA complaints report and Clockwork complaints report can be exported from Clockwork dashboard itself. You don't need to worry about any commands, curl, nothing as such as of now. Okay. And this is how you write your custom text. So we provide something called Checker Studio, which will help you to write our checker pattern, the cache pattern. Using our cache pattern, you can deploy it as part of Clockwork environment, so that it will tell you the warnings or the errors whatever you create against your internal coding guidelines. Okay. Standard complaints report, like Clockwork complaints report, you can see. And Clockwork is certified by ISO and IEC, and it is qualified to be used in mission critical projects. So almost all our Clockwork checkers also has been certified. So when you say you are using Clockwork, you can totally say like you are using a certified product. That's the main goal of this certificate. And the certificate is available online. In case if your customer wants a certificate of static analysis tool that you are using, you can download it from Google itself, or you please feel free to send a mail. We'll be happy to share this certificate with you so that you can send it to your customer for an approval. Okay. What's new in Clockwork? Okay. So Clockwork is a well-established and a standard product, and we keep on adding and we keep on improving the capability of this product actually. So what we personally believe is every static code analysis tool should work like an antivirus. Whenever new virus is released in the field, your antivirus database should be updated automatically to catch the virus, right? In the same way, a good static code analysis also should update and upgrade itself. So that's the very reason we keep on adding support for new technologies, C++, 14, 17, 19, whatever the new version comes, Java, 10, 12, 13, 14, whatever the new version comes. The same way for C# also. The same way for compilers also. Now Acto is coming to play. Like that, there are so many build tools are coming to play, right? So we keep on improving ourselves and we keep on adding support for new technologies. Okay. In that ratio, apart from adding new checkers, apart from tuning our existing checkers, apart from improving our analysis capability, apart from improving our analysis speed, we have newly added this feature. So now Clockwork has something called project stream, which will help development team to maintain a large product into small pieces if required. And now Clockwork supports analyzing Python as well. Previously, it was not there. Previously, we used to support only C, C++, C#, and Java, but now we support Python as well as JavaScript. Secure Code Warrior is a fantastic learning platform. Previously, you used to read Clockwork documentation along with the sample code to understand the defect, right? Now we provide a video demonstration of the defect, and we provide free training to developers, which will help them to fix the defect. Previously, only a written text document is available. Now we provide video demonstration. And we support Visual Studio Code IDE. We have direct plugin available now, and this plugin can be used to analyze Python and JavaScript code that are written in Visual Studio Code. Okay. I know we have something called Clockwork Compliance and Application Security Testing Portal, which will help you to visualize Clockwork results as well as QAC results in single platform. So QAC is again a static analysis tool. Clockwork is also a static analysis tool, but both the products are from Purpose as a single parent company. Okay, so now there is a single portal which will help you to visualize Clockwork as well as QAC results. And QAC results can be imported as part of Clockwork dashboard now. So this integration is seamlessly possible now. It's really simple and straightforward thing. So you can have single dashboard to review the results of two best static analysis tools. Okay. The first interesting feature, project teams. Right. So basically, you can still provide the following benefits actually. So you can assign a single project rule configuration to all variants of the products or modules that are present under the project. And issues that are common to multiple variants are automatically kept in sync and only have to be cited once. So you can ignore it once, or you can change the status to not a problem once, or the baseline has to be done only once. Okay. And reporting is possible for individual streams as it is necessary for compliance and functional safety reports. The final one is it is easier to identify identical issues that are exist across multiple streams and unique issues that exist only within specific stream. Okay. So when you work on any Android code base, ASAP code base, the code base will be really big, and you may be modifying a small part of your Android code, and you may be adding another small module or maybe a small piece of source code as part of your Android code to build your application, let's say. Okay, so in this case, you don't need to ignore an issue on all your variants or maybe across your projects. You do it only once, and the same can be duplicated, or the same can be copied from project to project. That's what we do it with a stream. Okay, so there is a recorded demo available to demonstrate the features of streams alone. I will send you the demonstrated video. Yes, it's a big feature, but it's really added. That is why I added in the first slide itself. Okay. Python supports analyzing Python 2.0 as well as 3.0 source code, and we have 367 checkers to detect security vulnerabilities and reliability vulnerabilities of your Python code. And it's really fast, it's simple to use, and it's very effective. Okay. So we have 367 unique checkers to detect all possible vulnerabilities that are present in Python code base now. Okay. And the same can be achieved through your server analysis also. The same can be achieved as part of your desktop analysis also now. Secure Code Warrior integration. It's our, as I was mentioning, it's our continuous learning platform which will help developers to learn how to code securely. So they conduct some tests, they conduct some tournaments, and additionally they provide a lot of documentation and they explain you the problem with real-time scenarios and with the real-time examples. So secure code warrior platform itself an unique tool, but still they have integrated it as part of our documentation so that anybody can refer the video freely. Okay, so if time permits, I will show you one sample of it. Visual Studio Code ID plugin is available with Clockwork now. That's one. So the way our Visual Studio plugin works, right? The same way our Visual Studio Code plugin also works, and which can analyze Python and JavaScript as well. Okay. And we have 284 new unique checkers to detect all possible vulnerabilities represented with JavaScript code, which supports JavaScript, TypeScript, JSX, React.js, as well as CV source code. Okay. And this CAS dashboard, which will show you the cumulative reports of Clockwork as well as GSC. Okay. Interesting integration that Clockwork has direct integration available with GitLab now. So whenever someone commits a source code into a GitLab, automatically your GitLab itself will tell you whether there are any Clockwork defects or not. So we perform differential analysis in your GitLab, which is relatively really faster, because we are not going to perform your entire analysis. We are not going to perform your credible check or something like that. We perform there is something called differential analysis now as part of your GitLab. So the differential analysis will help developers to analyze the source code along with the information of your server report. So Clockwork knows your entire scope of the project, and your GitLab CI knows entire scope of your source code. So here Clockwork sits in between, and it analyzes both the things that are available on your server as well as in your local machine, and let you know the differential results alone within your GitLab CI itself. See, so if there are no Clockwork defects, it's passed. If there are Clockwork defects, your commit can be failed. Okay. Sorry. So now Clockwork has something called DevOps offering, which will help you to integrate Clockwork as part of your CI/CD setup, your repository setup. If you have GitLab, or if you have GitLab kind of any repository setup, right? Even Clockwork can be integrated, and it can be used to perform differential analysis through command line as well. So Clockwork can be directly integrated as part of a GitLab CI. There is one. We have the skills available to do that. And the second one is the same you can achieve as part of customized script as well at your site, because we support rich command line options again. Okay. So we have a different licensing term itself now called Clockwork CI license and Clockwork DevOps license. Okay. So time to go for questions. Maybe before that, I will just quickly